Reggae is the voice of the people. When truth has a rhythm, it can't be ignored. And this quote addresses one of the main reasons I created Hippie FarI, the beautiful, life-changing message of reggae music. It was created for social change, and its message is as strong today as it was in the 60s when the first reggae records were released in Jamaica. So welcome to another episode of Hippie FarI Reggae Radio and Podcast, recorded live in the Omen Honey Reggae Radio and Media Studios in the beautiful Ocala National Forest in Florida. I'm your host, Scotty the High-Strung Hippie, and Hippie FarI is that podcast where we discuss all things reggae. So if reggae music is your thing, you're in the right place. And let me say something real quick. You better not go anywhere because we're going to be doing a live dub session. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, tonight's conversation lives in the quiet place, the space between reaction and response. Our guest is a singer, guitarist, producer whose work moves effortlessly from stripped-down, roots-driven acoustic songs into deep dub reggae and hip-hop soundscapes. This music is grounded in rhythm, spirit, and intention. It's music that isn't changing volume, but presence. Now, beyond the stage and festival circuit, this artist brings the song directly into nursing homes and assisted living communities, using familiar melodies and original work to spark memory, connection, and healing through sound. The strength here isn't pushing harder, it's remaining steady, choosing clarity over impulse and staying close to source, acting from the calm at the center of the storm. So fam, please join me in welcoming a dear friend of the show, personal friend, absolute incredible musician, Justin from Seedfromatree, or as we like to call him, Seed. What's going on, brother?
What's up, brother? It's good to be here.
It's absolutely fantastic to have you on, man. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. We definitely appreciate it. I'm extremely excited about the show. We got a lot to talk about. I know you're always doing a lot, man. You've always got something going on when it comes to music, always.
Likewise. Yeah, likewise, man. It's cool that we're finding our way on the journey, and we crossing paths multiple times, and it feels like that we're coming closer in our trajectory, and we're all headed in the same way, and that's a good thing.
100%, man. And it's also just a lot of fun. It's a beautiful thing, dude.
It's fun. It's so much fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool setup you got there. I'm liking your studio, bro. That's dope.
Very thankful, man. Trying to be creative and just free up, We got to free up my own mind and burn a fire, to stay fresh.
Another great Seedfromatree track. I love that. Really good song, Free Up.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, absolutely, man. Right on. So, like I said, I'm really excited about tonight. We're going to be playing some tracks. You're going to be doing some live dubbing. We're going to get into some questions. So, I had you on the podcast probably 10 months ago, so it's definitely been a while. So, excited to have you back on, man. So, just real quick for the people who aren't familiar with Seedfromatree, I know you go by Seed. And could you just tell me kind of what does the name Seedfromatree represent in your life and your creative identity? I know it's got a really good story to it.
Yeah, I mean, it has to do with coming from the essence. It's just like with Rastafari. Everything in the world is mental. It's made of language, the way we understand it. So the way I understand it's like your truest essence, and seeds are every conversation we have, every song we put out, an idea. Just when you catch a vibe, you're taking information. It's an information that is going to inform the vibrations as you put them together, you know what I mean? So,
right.
And how many, from one tree, you get thousands of seeds, which can grow a whole forest, from one acorn grows a forest. So it's just the idea of life, infinite, combining the paradoxes of oneness and the many, and how it all rolls together, and the forces of life,
Yep.
And a seed has to be tough to go through things, but it's the tough things in life, the difficulties and the struggles in life that prepare us and strengthen us to develop into our full potential,
That's right, 100%, man. It's like Coelho LeBron. My wife always talks about this on joy and sorrow. If you didn't have sorrow, you wouldn't know what joy felt like, So, yeah, it's all about going through struggles to prepare us for the next, I guess, storm, or it doesn't even have to be a storm. The next adventure, maybe.
Every day it's something new, yeah.
That's it, brother. Yep, and we are definitely being prepared on a daily basis. It's an absolutely beautiful thing.
It's incredible, man. If you look at the center of of any eye, of an eyeball, there's like a black hole, and then there's some kind of a there's rays coming out. There's sinews though, and there's branches, and there's stems and veins and whatever it is, you know, the iris, and there's color. And it's like everything really comes from, I guess, one source. It seems like it definitely is all connected. And
Sure.
the fact that the sun is such a powerful source in our cosmos, you know, there's a bright shining essence of light. No one knows where life comes from. It's a mystery. So I mean, the tree represents all of that, like pure sunshine, you know.
Absolutely, that's beautiful. And I always say when you're talking about the eye, the human eye is the most fascinating and probably like intricate part, other than the brain, of the human body. It's amazing. I guess we were taught in school that we actually see things upside down, but our brain flips them back over. I don't know, but it's pretty wild, man.
Things aren't always as they appear, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yes, sir, man. The whole Maya, the whole illusion, 100%. Yeah, I think we perceive things the way we want to sometimes instead of it actually being reality. I think that's where the whole illusion comes into play, right?
For sure. Well, you know, it's like they say, I was thinking about this earlier, how people kind of tend to do what's familiar, not necessarily what they want.
Right.
You know? So what we want, where did that even come from?
Right.
Yeah, when no man is an island, and everyone's kind of a product of their environment, in a sense.
Yes, that's right, man. Yeah, I was talking about it on a podcast last night when Natalie Rise was on the show. Her newest album, well, it was new when she was on the podcast about 8 months ago, called Liberate, but she was talking, it's about liberating your mind, because it's like 9 times out of 10 you don't even realize it, but your thoughts a lot of the time aren't even yours. You know, you've been programmed by everything you watch, everything you hear, everything you see, so it's not a natural thought. It's due to, you know, media programming or music or something. So liberating your mind and, you know, getting back to your natural thoughts, you know, consciousness is amazing. But yeah, it's true, man. It's wild how that works when you think about it, you know. And I think we're all victims of it. I have to think to myself, is that really how I feel, or is that just how I've been
I would say
told I should feel?
Everything is in the mind, you know. And when we start taking it, the more materially we take this dichotomy, I'm going to say there's like mental and there's physical, right?
Right.
So the more you take it, the more like physically, materially you take it, you know?
Right.
Take it in that way, literally or whatever, certain things. You're not realizing like the archetypal, the subconscious elements. Like there's a topography, there's a bedrock of everything that you see. Everything you see, there's something below the surface. So there's so much more to it, right? The tip of the iceberg kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah,
and that reminds me of you know, one of the beautiful messages of Rastafari. A lot of people don't even realize, you know, when reggae music is talking about Babylon, and they're talking about, you know, burning the Babylon system down, and, you know, people are Rastafari, it all comes from a place of, you know, that typography, the base of the problem. You know, we still have issues going on here that we have not addressed, and until those issues are addressed, it's really hard for healing to take place, you know. So you have to get to the root, down to the base, down to the core of the issues, and why all this stuff is going on exactly, and address that. But until we do, it's, you know, you're just scratching the surface, you know. You're not really addressing the issue.
Like when people find God, they are so excited and at peace. The idea is, and I think that's what that idea, because, you know, some people don't believe God or whatever, but they just, it's such a personal thing. I've heard some people say this too. They don't even want to talk about it because it's such a personal thing, and I respect that so much, you know. And that's kind of what we're talking about, is like there's the world that people are impressing on one another what's going on, or oppressing, you know.
Right.
But it's all impression. It's all like coming at you. Right. And you're going through it. And but under the surface, we're not that different, right? That's the message, that crucial message, that we come from one source, and we have to get in touch with who we are and free our own. Yeah, that's what freedom is, I guess. It's to be whole within yourself and not
Right.
need anything from the outside necessarily, right?
Right,
I
yeah,
mean,
be happy in your own skin. I mean, we are all consciousness and energy just wearing skin. So, yes, we are all, you know, the same. Yes, we're individuals. And, you know, talking about finding God, I still kind of confuse myself because, you know, I can be non-dual and dual, which mean, you know, I believe we're all one. We all come, you know, one source. But then again, I'll also pray to, you know, a separate God as if he was separate when I know he's not separate from me. But it's, you know, I still kind of combine both of them, and it's, you know, it is what it is. That's over years of me
yeah, it's
contemplating, but
beautiful.
I feel that you know,
Love it.
being able to pray and worship and all that stuff, it brings me closer to the source, which is
Sure.
within. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
making me comfortable with myself, like you just said. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, ultimately, because you know, there's part of ourself that, I mean, that wants solitude and needs to be okay with being alone and
Right.
like be cool with who we are, and not take it so heavy. That's part of the problem. The more we identify with everything, we're not free because we're indentured to
Sure.
all of this, the circumstances and the ideas and the currents that are happening around us. But
Right.
you know, we can really take the time to tap in and sink into what's already ours and just let it
Right.
flow. It's
Yep.
really, yeah, just that's why I really love music, and what I get out of music is like, it's like tuning my frequency. It's tuning
Sure.
myself in my mind. You know, it's like
Right.
a conscious intention to to focus on something in the mind that you know, it's intentional and it could take you
Sure.
where you feel like you need to go.
And
Yeah.
it is very hard to do what you just said, and that's kind of not be indentured to everything. You know, a lot of the Eastern philosophies will tell you you are not your thoughts, you are not your mind, you are not the emotions. Your consciousness is just the observer of all of those things. But it's really hard to not be those things because we've been conditioned to be those things. You know.
But even that, even like the observer is another thing you're thinking that you are.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
so I think it just would just kind of say, hey, it's cool that we're here to talk about the one that is
Right.
non-dual, and talk about the non-dual one, but
Right.
there is no I that could ever be anything apart from that, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, and
It's
I do
amazing.
think I think it's a beautiful thing that we are, you know, all one. You know, it's I tell people this all the time, and it's something I have to practice every day. You know,
And why do we say it's beautiful? It's important, I think, to say, like, and we're not just saying, oh, it's beautiful for no
right.
reason. Like,
Hmm.
there's a beauty in it because it works, it fits together, where
Right.
we feel like we're so troubled by our differences and by our lacks or
But we're the
whatever.
same.
Or, yeah, but really everything is absolutely set. Everything is harmony, you know. And in
Right.
truth, everything is peace beyond, because there's a time that's so far, you know, beyond all of this intense time that we got to get through. And if we just, it's like the more people realize that, the more they just let go of their problems and kind of try to find a solution. I feel like that is sort of a common sense thing, you know.
Yeah, like
If we don't,
for me,
yeah,
once you don't allow
understand
your problems to
each
define
other.
you, you know what I mean? Because your ego
Yeah.
will bring a definition to everything. You know, oh, that was bad, that was good, that was this, that was that. No, it just was. And if you don't define it, you know, it doesn't become who you are. But you know, we have to
But you
define
know,
everything and make it who we are, and that's tough.
that's part of the beauty of it, though, is that to be defined is to be.
Sure.
Say, you know, in a sense, maybe not, because maybe not. Let's back up, because maybe we assume and I take for granted that to be is to be defined, but
Right.
defining being, even defining being in itself, is kind of what are you doing? You are trying to create a mental image, in a sense, a concept
Yes.
within the
Exactly.
space, which carves it out of everything, the all. So it
Right.
makes it, you know, not really the whole truth anyway. So
Right. Well, I believe that's why Hinduism has the deities and things like that. You know, because humans, we need to, like you said, have a mental image of something. You know, it's got to be that we have to associate something with something in order for it to make sense. But
yeah, like a baby would play with a doll or a little something that represents something else that
right,
is not that safe for them to handle at that time, but we're working towards, because I think that's life is a journey. Like we're growing into a, you know, we're created and condensed like a seed down into this format, but we hold within us the entirety of the cosmos, of the whole universe, of everything that we need to be, and whatever it is we are, we have that potential in us already.
That's right.
And then, you know, and as we, you know, go through life and we grow, that's where the question, that's the journey, that's the Leela, the play, you know,
Sure.
the struggle. It could be everything, you know, it's everything.
That's right, and that's a beautiful thing. And if, folks, if you've listened to Seedfromatree's music, this is not just how Justin's talking on here. He's very, very insightful and very intricate, and that's an amazing thing. And speaking of that, man, when did music kind of stop being something that you did and start becoming who you were, something that you lived? Was there a moment? Has it always been that way, or?
I think it's always what we are, but I stopped doing it for a while because I was doing, you know, running around trying to have fun and learn as a child, like on this life's journey.
Sure.
I knew in essence I've always loved music, but I wasn't disciplined into a musical path at an early age or anything. It was just there. It was around me. I was interested in it. I was always very rebellious, so. Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't take well to any little offering of like take lessons here or there. Like I didn't do much, you know.
Right, I feel you.
So it took a while really to figure stuff out, and then I don't know. I mean, it's not a solution. It's kind of like to the extent that I've just let go of. That I've learned to just trust myself and be my more genuine self. The more
Sure.
music I'm involved in, because it's always what just keeps me going, keeps me healthy and happy mentally and physically and all that stuff, you know.
100%.
Being involved in it, because you got to do something, and
Right. You
I don't
do.
know. It's amazing. It's always been. I've always had that feeling. I think a lot of people have it too. It's kind of like an imposter syndrome, or like you don't deserve somehow. Like it's a privileged class to be in a thing, and I think it gets mixed up with just the need for a respect for people that, and the traditions and the people who have put in so much time and effort and done things, you know, in music, and totally respecting that, but not feeling like, oh, I could never be, you know, musical. It's just music is for life. It's a human.
Certainly.
It's life. It's not a privileged thing. That's what Babylon wants you to think, you know, that
That's
only
right.
some people can do some things.
Right. We can all do everything. Yes,
I mean, you might not want to sit, and it's not for a performance, from a performance standpoint. That's another point too. It's not just a product, like, you know what I mean? It's
art.
a sacred art. Yeah.
Absolutely. 100. And I say this all the time. You know, it's funny when we grew up, and still to this day, you generally associate with and surround yourself with people that listen to the same type of music that you do. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. Like that's how you meet people. People go to country
They
bars
define by the
or
music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and it's
Growing up,
when you were a
yeah.
kid, you hung out with the punks, you hung out with the metalheads, you hung out with the
Yeah,
you know.
so it does serve a sense of identity too, like Rasta, you know, like Bob said, this is my identity,
Yes,
the dreadlocks and stuff. And the
Yep.
idea is that we seek God, and God can't be found in material things. So
Correct.
you can, but that with the gods, I think with people making deities and stuff, I think that they're using material to refer their mind back to God.
sure.
And I could totally see where that works, you know.
Me too, 100%. It gives you something to go
And
back to,
you have
relate to.
absolutely, you know. And since our mind, and I think it's interesting that I can accept all the different ways, because I think that we have that freedom. We come packaged with that ability to do a little bit of an impression on the reality, the way we see things, and collectively the way we see things. That is okay for some people, and for some people they're against it, or it's taboo. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they make that's their reality. But I don't think in the universal sense that, because that, I guess that shows the importance of someone's intention and the understanding of their own of what they're doing.
Sure.
When you're not hurting anybody else with certain things. You know, I can understand.
Right. And a lot of it is intention. You're exactly right, man. That's everything.
And anything you do, you could use to like mislead people or something. You just got to be vigilant.
You absolutely, man. It's done
Say
every single
something.
day. Yes. But on the opposite, you could also lead people too. So, like I said, we have the ability to, you touch on it, pretty much do what we want. It's already inside. We just have to get in tune with that and realize that it's there and trust ourselves, which is hard to do, I think. 100%, man. So, I'm really
Trust
excited.
God.
We're really excited about some stuff we
Mhm.
got coming up, man. I'm sure nobody knows. I'm stoked about this. Justin and I are now. I don't know, what would you call it. We both have shows on the same radio station. So would you call that colleagues? I guess, is that the word for it?
Yeah, totally.
There you go. Yeah, I'm very
Yeah,
excited
so
about that. And
we're announcing it. I'm starting a podcast.
yeah, I really want to talk about that, man. So do you mind going into what's the platform? What exactly is the message? Is it kind of like a variety show, or is it going to be? Is there
Yeah.
a
Well,
format? Great.
I've got a kickoff kind of format started. So I was just going to do more live streaming
Okay.
uh, on Facebook and also make clips and videos because it's a way that I can share what I'm doing creatively
Sure.
more
Yep.
with everybody and
Absolutely.
make connections and stuff. And I'd love to travel more and stuff like that. And so, but then I did this interview with the hippie. He hit us up one time. I was playing solo, and one day randomly, and he hit us up on the live and was like, yeah. And then after a while, I got back to him. We did the interview. You happen to be working with him as well, as you know, we talked about, right? And
Yep.
we just did the live. Was it last night or 2 nights ago?
Monday, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, yeah, it was Monday
Yep.
night. Yeah, it was Monday night. So yeah, it was a long day. Yeah, that was awesome. And man, it was fun. And I've been working. It all came together synchronistically, where I kind of got the camera and audio things working out a little bit. There's a little bit of extra reverb on my mic right now, but I'm going through my loop pedal, which is also an interface. So
That's all right. It
I'm
sounds
getting
great.
everything figured out. It's great. There's such an abundance. There's everything we need. We just have to learn how to use the tools. And while we have them, we're going to do that to try to, share a message. The deeper knowledge to know ourselves and to and talk about music and what it means to us. And I hope to interview a lot of people, interesting people that do music in the area, as a means to make connection with them more and share that with everybody.
That's great,
And also, yeah, and possibly do through collaborations, interviews, discussions, and then also just talking about stuff and performing live on here as well. I'm into I guess you would call it philosophy or whatever, but like Hermetic philosophy, I wanted to it's really interesting. I wanted to share about like the Hermetic principles.
Okay.
Like the first one is the all is mind, for instance. I won't get too into all of it, but that's kind of interesting because we were kind of talking about that. And these are kind of basic universal laws in a scope that in a sense they would relate to a lot of different traditions, but it's not any particular religion necessarily. But if you get into the stuff, you can find some really cool insights. It talks about vibration, talks about gender, correspondence, as above, so below, and stuff like that. And all of that is really interesting when you look at art and music, and just life in general. It's kind of like a master key, I find it, to understanding things in life beyond just what's on the news or what experts can tell you about particular things,
Yeah.
Whoever you are, you can.
Exactly. Yeah,
could
that's
use
great, man. That's cool. Yeah, I knew it was going to be fascinating. You having a podcast and having a platform, so I'm definitely extremely excited about that.
I feel so thankful that there's a community, because it's about building community,
That's it.
just the same. So there's people, they're all the way up in Pennsylvania
That's
here.
right.
So
Yes, PA.
on the
Yep.
East Coast, we're all the way up across the East Coast right now. We're in Florida, and you'll be on the show as well. And
I know. I'm
so,
excited. Yeah, I've got the Friday night reggae frequency Fridays from 8 p.m. until midnight. The first
Ooh,
hour
yeah.
is a podcast, and then from 9 until midnight is my word, sound, and power conscious roots reggae radio show. So very excited about that, man. Gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to have you on doing some live dubbing. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. Definitely looking forward to it, man. So speaking of music, that's the reason that we're on here. We both love it. We love reggae music. That's why we're on here.
Yeah.
Would you like to maybe introduce a tune and kind of give us a little heads up, or maybe a little sneak peek at what's going to be coming out soon, or if you have a full tune that's already out that you'd like to share, you can drop that. And then I'm definitely looking forward to, after that, listening to you do some a live dub session. Definitely excited about that.
For sure. I've got a song coming out on Friday, January 9th. It's a new style. It's a hip hop style song, like a boom bap style hip hop with samples and stuff. And I want to shout out Mike Martinez and Jesus Martinez, the hip hop group, Jeremy and Mike Martinez, man, because they do some cool stuff, man. We've worked on some songs together. We did Spiritually Scientific. We may be working on some other material as well.
Great
I played
name.
live with Mike a couple times. Really love him. Cool song, actually. Let me play a clip of that song. Let's play a clip of that song, because this is kind of a intro into the hip hop style, and then I've got a brand new tune coming up too. So let me pull up this Apple real quick.
Beautiful.
Da, da, da. Also, in other news, while I'm pulling this up, One Love Fam Jams. Remember we did the recording at the McQuags?
Yeah, 100%.
Scotty played the percussion. Sounds great.
It was a lot of fun.
And I was talking to Dana, and he's definitely wanting to do another project at some point, but we're also talking about taking that album and reworking it in. Well, it's not an album. It's actually like a bunch of singles. So we're talking about making it into an album and some other fun surprises and things. So I'm excited. Be excited about that soon. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm totally on board. That was a lot of fun. I had a blast doing it, and the finished product was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, great job, man. It's cool when how everybody kind of worked together. It was a big group thing, and a lot of friends there and everything. So, all right, check this out. This is Jesus Martinez and Seedfromatree, Spiritually Scientific.
Analog man in the digital land. Biometric retinal scan, deceptions at hand. Conversations with AI Satans, the faces of man. Grotesquely misshapen with fingers knotted up like a branch. Or the dreads on my man's seed. Under the canopy of the firmament, indeed. We organic machines, spirits trapped in a shell. Is it heaven or hell? That depends on your perception. We are casting a spell on ourselves and others in this field of binary numbers. I'm trying to multiply the zeros on the checks I got coming, but what's the purpose? They doing us a grave disservice, losing touch with the natural world and all of the persons. They got us trapped and alone in the screen's cold glow. Oh no, I won't have it, you can't have my soul. I'll use the tools with caution, best believe I'll be watching in these perilous times we find ourselves lost in.
Spiritually scientific to destroy them superstition. We don't caught up in the middle like them little politician. Boy, we the people open minds to realize that I much bigger than all them tricks and them lies. Boy, fulfilling third eye visions to build a better future for our children. What kind of world we living in? See, as above it's so below, and so we got to live upright and get free from all these hypocrisy. Stone cold, and this ain't about the creamery. They so slow, no time to enjoy the scenery. Let's unfold, there's beauty inside destiny. It's untold, write your own, it's now a mystery. We don't condone blind repetition of history. So hold the phone, cause these microwaves are killing me. They're trying to control environment like a prison for the earth. I'd rather get the requirements to feel what my life is worth. Adventure on the mental plane, lead to the physical excursion. Make the world a better place, don't complacently let it worsen. The freshness, breathe, extend, relax, flowing blessings, never cursing. Put your finger on the button for the addictions you're still thirsting. Don't try to understand unless it's love that you bring. Too many out there, criticism is the victim and I'm the villain. Even though I'm not the one who's out there robbing and killing, yo, I'm just chilling. Open your ears and get the feeling, what you swilling. Spiritually scientific to destroy them superstition. We don't caught up in the middle like
man.
the middle politician.
Jeremy's on there too, man. Let me play a short clip of this brand new tune.
That was sick.
And then, I'll give you a little preview to the brand new tune now.
Beautiful.
And then we'll jump up.
What's the name of this tune?
It's called Way the World is Going. See. How's the levels for you?
Oh, fantastic. That's nice.
From the subtle to the obvious. Social media making you feel inadequate. A flood of false finished products. It's like acronyms, parts and pieces and puzzles, juxtapose complexity. Algorithmic stimulus spots wanna connect them. Eyes have power to break chains reflexively. Like Bob shot the sheriff reflexing. Got the best of me. It's the way I say I didn't shoot no deputy, so listen in, cause this is bound to be the death of me. Yes, yes, God bless, we gonna pass the test. It's another day to play it, so we stay on the quest. No time to rest, it's gonna be the best yet. Living for the given and creating what's next. Creating what's next. Creating what's next. Creating what's next. So that's coming out on Friday.
That's fire, bro. That reminds me of King Ring from Midnight, Von Benjamin. That's absolutely fantastic. That's nice, man. I like that a lot. Really good. Really.
Thanks,
And the lyrics are definitely bar none, bro. Incredible.
I enjoyed it, man. I like making the beats, you know, and
Yes.
I like writing lyrics. So I'm just, you know, contributing the words and spoken word and filling notebooks. I love it. I love getting together with people too and rapping. I saw them. They had a cool outfit together. They got a DJ and everything, man. Just good times. People
Yeah,
need
it's
to
like
get
a
together.
sound system almost,
Share
you
the artwork. Every time it is, yeah, definitely, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's incredible, man. So your music moves kind of between the raw acoustic, intimate style, and then that bass-heavy hip-hop or like electronic dub style. What tells you which direction a song is going to go? Because I know you have a lot of different, styles.
just-
You start out
just
with
like-
the intention of one, or does it just kind of flow?
Yeah, everything's just naturally flows.
Nice.
You know, it's just a feeling. And sometimes you could do a song in one style and you could change up the style, or you could mix things together, because it's not about having a style.
Right.
Style is a definition kind of the format of something at the time.
Sure.
Really. And all the deepest, like the real jazz musicians and all them will say, like, you don't want to have a style, because once you have a style, you're dead.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you kind of close yourself off to everything else, right? Absolutely.
But that's not to say that you can't have orders and formulas. You know what I mean? There's definitely like order and formula to things and format. But when you have a style, and whatever, man, if you have a style, there's nothing wrong with that too. But
Right.
if you're too attached to one way of doing things, things change. You know?
Well, speaking of that, when you're producing, do you have do you like the rhythm first, the message first, the feeling first, or is it all just natural flow?
Yeah, it could come any kind of way, you know.
Cool.
Sometimes a melody will say some words to you in your head, or you'll just have an idea for a song and write lyrics. There's many ways you could write a song, I would say.
Absolutely, 100%, man. And
Yeah.
Speaking of those many ways, something that I know that you've said, you said my strength is not in pushing harder, but in remaining steady. So what experience taught you that lesson? Because that's a great quote.
Well, pushing harder, because, you know, we could be too hard on ourselves sometimes.
Certainly.
And we really want to get somewhere, and when we focus on the time it's taking or the effort or for me, like the how-to part isn't as much of a concern as the vibe, like we were
Right.
talking about music too. So it's like, if you are feeling excited, like I want to feel the excitement about what I'm doing, and I want to also feel confident that I'm moving with clarity before I move with confidence.
Correct.
So
100%. Yes. Is that clarity for yourself, or I mean, you for yourself, or for the people, listening?
it's clarity for me to have a connection to source, like we talked
Yes.
about.
Absolutely.
Because there's so much going on out there, and you can run after. It's easy to get. There's a lot of impulses and compulses. And
How do
all
you
these things.
personally stay close to source when the noise of the world just gets way too loud, man?
Well, I've learned some pretty cool tools in my toolkit recently too, with Nada yoga and
Not yes,
chanting Om, and
yes.
I've done the physical stretches yoga. I've done some classes like Kundalini yoga. I used to live in Knoxville, Tennessee, and there's a guy who does free classes there, Datum, and I always enjoyed that. But we did some chanting, and I always remember how much I loved the chanting, but I
Yes.
never really found it again for a while until recently. I had gone through some changes in my life where things were changing up, and I was spending a lot more time alone, and I was, I was learning how to be okay with that, because that's really was the key for me to free up and focus more on what it is that I'm doing.
Right.
So then I can bring that to the world, so I can bring myself to the world in a format that's, totally in tune from the inside and out, rather than struggling and striving and pushing harder to accomplish things that I've already, tried many times before, and always left me with the feeling of emptiness and, not fulfillment, because I wasn't being 100% genuine in my life. So
Sure.
it's like when you got to decide someday to just completely, something's got to give. It's your life, you don't want to live your whole life and not be true to yourself. So balancing that with, it's all about balance too, So Nada yoga is great because chanting, focusing on tones, it can be so simple too. It can be very complex. And
Sure.
and like my teacher, I want to interview. I'm going to ask her, Anandra, in the Heart of Sound, as I join the school teacher training. I'm taking my time finishing the training, but it's just been indispensable. Like learning what I've learned, it's been like we call it an anchor, basically.
Right.
Kind of keeps me where I need to be. When I need my anchor down, it's being aware is your anchor down, and then pulling your anchor up when you want to go somewhere, because that's all you have to do. You know what I mean? A lot of times we've tried to figure stuff out, but we're just holding ourselves back. So
Sure.
if we can let go, and it's been quite a journey for sure, but being able to, I had the morning routine and all the stuff, and I had to do that for a while, but there comes a point too where you have to be flexible.
Right.
Like you've got the tools, you know what you're doing, but you're also not going to be totally knocked sideways just because, different people come and go through your life, and you're traveling. You may be in different places, and sometimes, times change, your sleep schedule changes. So you can't expect everything to always be exactly the same. And but having those, having sound, our body is an instrument. And so we have that wherever we go. Even the mind is an instrument. So you can think about a mantra, you can listen to like a Walkman, you listen to your earpods or whatever you listen to, man. I usually just use like the boombox, or I'm listening to music in the car when I'm driving.
Yeah, I finally learned my favorite mantra, the Om Triambakam Yajamave Sugandham Pushti Barvanam Uva Mukadiva Bantanan Mitra Mukshi Hamatratat. Took me about a year to get that and to actually be able to say it correctly in Sanskrit. But I'm still probably missing a little part, but that runs through my head, all day long. Basically, it just means, that the auspicious one is taking away the sting of death, that we don't have to worry about anything, just focus on life, focus on being alive, because, we are a consciousness, and we have nothing to worry about. A lot of people fear dying or fear death, and, that can ruin your life. You need to live and take away that sting, because it's not going to sting. It's a beautiful thing. We go on to be with Source when we pass, so it's absolutely gorgeous. But I'm with you. I love the meditating and the chanting. It's an absolutely beautiful. Even the basic chant, all the way to.
I've done so many things to try to find peace. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, it was more like, it's almost, I mean, how people call things permission slip?
Right.
It's like a permission slip in the sense that you can sit still. All these things are permission slips.
Yeah, right. It's kind of funny when you put it that way, but it's absolutely true.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I like that, man. So something else.
Could be more than that, though, too. I mean, something about the sounds and the tones it speaks to. But sorry, no.
Well, no. Continue, and you're exactly right. It is about the, I believe, the sounds and the tones, and it's even the mood. Holding your hands or your fingers in a certain position really does a lot. It does matter. getting the tones right. It's all about vibration. It's all about frequency, right? You know, so it's the intention is very important, but then again, you know, getting the vibration and the frequency, or you know, the tones right is also very important too, because that's what, like chanting Om correctly, or you know, these mantras.
To get the most out of it, because it's
Right.
more than just an idea, you know. It's like action,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, and these ancient sages weren't, you know, they didn't have computers. 10,000 years ago, they were extremely, extremely intelligent individuals. Yeah, their messages carried on for that long, so I believe they knew what they were talking about.
The silence, man. That's when I get so many insights too. It's the more I can kind of silence my agitation of trying to think of a solution for things. All the solutions, the ideas come because the intellect is there, the mind is there, as long as it's functioning. But we don't have to like put it in overdrive, and that brings us right back to I don't, you know, I don't work from pushing harder, but you know, because I sometimes I do have to you feel like you got to make the push, and you're pushing, but I don't know, I'm just in a place where that's not the thing to do, because I feel like I've done that, and
Well, at least you can realize it, you know?
you know,
You're not in a vicious cycle. And it's cool that you mentioned being silent. You know, Rastafari talks about reasoning all the time. And one of the forms of reasoning, you know, it could be, that's what we're doing right now, but also listening to music, but also sitting in silence, reasoning with yourself. You can learn a lot when you
They
stop
say
talking,
God is
right?
a still small voice, right?
Right. Yep, about what the size of your thumb and your heart, you know, that's what Lord
Real
Krishna,
fire.
you know, live within your heart. It's a beautiful thing, man. I also know that you do some amazing work in nursing homes and the assisted living communities. You mind talking about that a little bit? Just kind of how it began, where you're at with that now, and I know you've been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, you know, big up Mr. Ricky Starr. He's up I think he's in the Tennessee area. We met in Tennessee, and but he got me started, man. He was a big influence. I saw when I first met him, he was a musician. I was already decided that, you know, I was writing songs and I wanted to, you know, I was doing music, and it was something I was ready to do, but making it a reality, you know. And then so I met him, and he had a T-shirt that had his own T-shirt. You know, I was like, oh, that's so cool, man. I want to be like that. Just because, you know, I was like, I want it to be real. I want to be a singer and all that stuff. And he was doing the nursing home stuff. It was a practical thing. He was a nurse. He was nursing, or an RN, or a nursing assistant or something like that. At one point, working in the nursing home, and he saw the entertainers coming. He's like, I could do that. And then, you know, people laughed. He said at first that he told, but then he went and did it, and it was like they loved him, and he's got a really great voice and all this stuff. And
That's beautiful.
So it helped me break out of stage fright. It helped me kind of connect with parts of myself, and connecting with elders. And also when you connect with people that have been through life-changing accidents and events, you know, that totally changes their body physically or mentally or whatever. And so it's really something, because you come face to face with your own mortality in a sense.
Yes, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah, exactly.
It's a medicine, and just like traditional medicine, it's like a healer. It's healing. It's not I mean, it is. There's medicine is I guess the actual physical feeling they would get from music, but the healing is creating. A healer creates an environment for healing to take place, because your body naturally heals itself by removing the stress factor that was causing your imbalance, you know.
And I kind of like what you just said. The healer creates the environment for the healing to take place. That's imperative, man. It's pretty awesome. So, speaking of those experiences, what you're doing currently, I'm really kind of fascinated to get to this part. I know something that you've been working on. Now you have your studio set up as kind of live dubbing, right?
I'm working on it. I'm getting there, yeah, because I've been making music in here for a while, and I love dub music, and I love it all, you know, and the act of it too, like producing and having the stems. And I'm working on getting more sound effects and more abilities, and there's so much stuff here, but getting it all pulled together, because there's and that's part of why I love dub too, because everyone has their own. You find your own way in a sense.
King Tubby, Green Lion Crew, Augustus Pablo. There, I love
Amazing.
that. I love
Yeah,
that dub music with that melodica. Augustus Pablo is the king. I know you have one of those too. You mind throwing down some live dub for us, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
That'd be absolutely beautiful. And feel free to bust out that melodica. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, definitely. I'm experimenting with this one track here. Let me open this up first.
That's great.
I've got these live loops in Logic. I'll be doing some videos about my journey on this too, trying to learn it as I stumbled into it, and it's pretty cool. Can you hear?
100%.
Nice. So.
Oof. I love that. I'm a big UK Steppers fan. The bass can never be too heavy for me. Sounds like psytrance. That's awesome.
Been experimenting with the bass and stuff, you know,
Love
and then
that, man.
having all the samples ready.
That bass
Yeah.
can't get too heavy. That's awesome, dude. When did you learn to play the melodica that well?
I don't know. It's just playing. Ever since a little kid, playing with piano. Piano's made for people, you know.
Sure. That's one thing I regret not learning is the keys, man. Seriously.
Yeah, just play with it, man. Get some.
I
Get you
definitely
some.
need to. Yeah, I love it. I mean, that's an extremely crucial part of reggae music. So I definitely wish that that I would have learned that. You know, learn the bass and the drums. But I definitely need to learn the keys, man. 100%. Everybody's always looking for the keys.
Rhythm, bro. Yeah, you got rhythm. You got drums. You already you want to do everything.
I know, man. So speaking of that, man, and like we're living in a world that kind of rewards reaction and volume. What role do you think calm, intentional art plays? You know what I'm saying?
It will always be there. And
Right.
it always has been, and it will always be there. Whether you might not see it all the time, but that's where everything comes from. You know, the things that you see, it's just a lot of times it's not. It doesn't tell you as much. It doesn't tell you as much about what's actually happening.
Right.
it can actually kind of mislead you from the reality. And so I think that I take that comfort in that fact. I feel that, and I believe, whatever you want to call it, but that's my knowledge. I know that is kind of how things work. This stuff is always there, because for instance, if you are not genuine about what you're doing, it's just a fad, a trend, you're gonna you put it down and pick up something else.
Sure.
So, and I know that this music is more than, however it comes, whether it's dub or in a guitar or just singing a song, but where the music really comes from is before my life. It's before any of us individually. I think it's something deeper than that, and we're connecting with it, we're opening, and that's why the silence it's not always silent. We're not always silent. Sometimes it can be just really loud, but it's kind of like that calm, to be able to act with intention when you want to, and not just lose it, obviously. Yeah, what I mean, like some Bruce Lee shit. And
Right.
just trying to, because there's a lot of, I know personally, like, I can get hard on myself. And if I'm too hard on myself, it doesn't serve any purpose.
Right.
It's like you need to love yourself in a sense, where you gotta at least feel worthy of the life you live, because God gave you a life. So you got a life for a reason, and find its purpose.
That's right.
What excites you most? And for me, that's music, and that's everything on this journey, whatever it is. So it's always been that. So
Yeah.
it's just to the extent that I want to open up and let it happen and do something with it. Because it could be anything. Like, some people are, who even knows, what's going on here. I'm just doing, I'd like to, I know I'm just doing my Lord's work. Like, I'll ask God, give me something to do. And that goes back to, my teacher in the nursing home thing. Like, he said the same thing. He said, I asked the Lord to give me something to do, and I find myself singing in nursing homes. And that's the meditation. The idea of it is like, I just want to serve the source and the creator that put me here. I'm not lost. Like material people who are very material minded always want to know, like, how something, we always worry about how it's going to happen, or what we're going to get out of it, or is it going to be worth it? And it's like, in a sense that's important, but that's missing, I think, a lot of it. It's kind of just surface level. There's so much more. Like, and again, so things just come out of nowhere. Like, you didn't know anybody before. Like, when things get really big or whatever, it just doesn't matter if they're big or small, what that means. It doesn't matter how much of the world necessarily, knows about you.
Right.
It's more like, I'm more and more these days placing value on my presence in each moment.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because, and then anytime you get a snippet of that, that's going to be way more enriching for you than, I think, than me just running around.
Material, sure.
All kinds of, or just like, there's a lot of people out there, and there's nothing wrong with it. Everyone's got their own thing going on, but just hustling so much and just hustle. And it's always, you're trying to do this and you're trying to do that. And because you want more and you want more and you want more, but I don't know, we don't slow down. We got a lot of problems trouble in the world,
We do.
Why is everybody rushing? Just slow down, because I'm like, I don't know. I tend to do things really fast sometimes.
Yeah, me too, man.
But that doesn't always give you the satisfaction.
Right. Yeah, you feel like you rush through it, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can
Take our
feel you on that same tip we were talking about. It's
like Ferris Bueller's Day Off vibes,
Yeah, exactly. How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this?
Exactly.
Yes. But yeah,
He's
I had
creative.
Jay Cantor from Street Level Uprising. I was on his podcast the other day, and he asked me,
Sweet.
he's like, I know you're a musician, so am I, and I know you do a podcast and the radio, so do I. He's like, if you had to pick, he's like, you don't have to, but if you had to, which one would you choose? And I was like, that is very difficult question. I pondered it, and I
Music or podcast?
doing the media, and I did come to the conclusion that I my heart and soul is definitely in music, but it's in doing this and talking to people and reasoning with people
Yeah,
and
why can't
interviewing
you do
people
everything?
and learn. No, and that's a beautiful thing. I can, but you know, I think I
Whatever you
found that
feel.
that happiness, and I could do this all day, every day. I could also play my drums all day, every day too. So I guess it's kind of split down the middle, but
Yeah, play drums. I think it's just an interesting, like, it's a fun question to
it
kind
is
of.
because you really have to
Well,
think
it's
of it,
like
man. It's a
if
hard
you
hard
had,
question.
I'm not even, if you had to have your arms or your legs cut off, which one would you choose?
I
That's what it sounds like to me. That's that
yeah.
kind of question. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm like, what are
I
you
guess
talking about? I mean,
as
I
long as
actually, there's like an X-rated version of that question. I'm not even gonna get
yeah,
into it.
as long as I had my thumbs, I guess you know. I
As
don't,
long as you have your thumbs.
yeah, I'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Like, what? Where does it come down to this?
I don't know the whole opposable thumb thing. You know what I mean? People have said that that's
Yeah.
what makes us so special.
That must be it.
That's
Gotta
it.
be the thumbs.
That's 100. Yeah, it's got to be the thumb.
Thumbs up to that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. How would you do the thumbs up if you cut off your arms, man? So I know your music is extremely important, and you have to be disciplined to do what you do because you're putting out a lot of music and you're constantly learning new things. How do you balance the discipline with the flow in your life and the creativity? Because for me, that's hard to do. I get real creative. I don't want to be disciplined. I just want to kind of go, a million
Well,
different directions. But you have to be if you want to get anything done.
that's where the stillness comes in, because it's kind of like I just gotta hold my horses, and then sometimes, and then, but you gotta giddy up. You really gotta giddy
That's
up.
right.
You just gotta take those actions that, in a balance, in a manner that take the little actions that you need to take that feels like the important thing to do at that time that you got to do at that moment. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with overthinking, so
Oh yeah,
that would be the only problem, is thinking too much about everything and just not think about it as much, because you can only actually really think about one thing at a time. So
sure.
if you're really doing it right, so
Right.
just
Well,
trying to stay
you're-
with that.
it's maintaining that one thing instead of I'm thinking about one thing now. I'm thinking about another thing. And I'm thinking about another thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can overwhelm the shit out of yourself real quick.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's so much going on out there. It's just all, and I said, like in the song, in the new song, social media making you feel inadequate. It's
Yeah.
an old idea that a lot of people say, no, nothing's making you feel any kind of way. But I just mean, like, you've heard it before too. The idea, you see so many, it's flooded with finished products, false finished products. Like and now it's very false, like, and it's okay, but just don't I think what it can sometimes, if we're not, I guess, fully connected to a purpose and what need to be doing in our life, then I think that a lot of mental illness comes from that.
Sure. And if we're not
Where-
fully connected, that's when our thoughts get hijacked. That's when it gets dangerous,
Yeah.
Because
We'll
then
go off on different.
we're looking for yeah, exactly. Yes.
And the youth nowadays, that's
Right.
got to be a new thing to watch out for online and whatnot. But
Yes.
influence. But that's why everybody has to push. You don't have to, but whatever, man. But I feel good about, pushing positive vibes
Yes.
on the internet and live and doing podcasts. And we've been talking about it for a long time. And
Yes.
because we're here to talk to the world and connect. We're here in this place, in the cosmos, in outer space, on the earth, and
That's right.
nobody knows what's really going on or where we come from. So let's just like shout each other out and enjoy this ride, and look at how amazing and beautiful it is, and stop fighting, stop the war,
That's right.
stop the killing, set the captives free.
Yes.
Justice and equality for all the people, feed the hungry, people, give people rights, equal rights and justice,
Peter
why
Tosh
not?
said very well.
Something's
Yes, sir.
gotta give, Yeah.
It does. And,
We can.
something once again that Jay Cantor Street Level, he always says, one of my favorite quotes, he's like, look, can't we just do better? And we can,
We can. Yeah,
we
will.
can. Sure we can, man. People can. Our country can. Can't we just do better? Is this really the best we've got, man?
And we need to know that we are enough at the
Fighting
same
wars
time.
for oil and just killing people. And
Because part of we can do better and we're enough.
that's right. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, if you lead with the heart, all good things start with the heart. But
True.
if you lead with your heart, it's going to turn out the intention. But, we talked about that earlier. It's all about intention. What is your intention?
When you say
Is it-
heart, like the deeper feeling, the deeper sense.
Correct.
Yeah, and then it leads to your intention. Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of hidden intention out there, and that goes with the hustle, I think, and that's why I talk about watch out for the hustle. Don't be so quick to jump on the hustle board, on the hustle train, or whatever, because you know, I mean, you're gonna have your hustle and whatnot, but what it is kind of, it's like life is a game in a sense where there's a game aspect to it,
Right.
but and being detached enough to just play whatever game you're playing and enjoy yourself and not take it too seriously. You know,
I think that hustle is a very Babylon concept. You know, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to have this, you have to have that. You know, it's very,
like lack and scarcity. Like you don't have time. I also said that in another song. It's like they're so sold. You know, what is it? So stone cold and it ain't about the creamery. So sold, no time to enjoy the scenery.
Right, there you go. Yeah, you're sitting there and the world's passing you by while you're trying to get something that you're not going to go to the grave with, you know?
Yeah,
So.
things change.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
definitely.
do your best every day, man. Enough respect for everybody.
What is it?
All
Do
the
your
work.
best and trust God for the rest, right?
Yeah, that's Cruzman.
100%, yes.
Cruzman. Yeah, big up Cruzman. Where's Cruzman?
I love
I hope-
Cruzman, yes. The Virgin Islands, Mr. Cruzman. Shout out.
We gotta get him on here one day.
I love
That'd
that
be
guy.
cool.
I've tried to have him on the podcast 3 times. So,
Oh, you've tried? Yeah, he's busy, man. He's
He
a
is.
working man. You know?
yes.
Yeah.
But do you what else do you have in the loaded on the decks? What else do you have created that we can listen to?
This is Cruzman right here.
International.
Yes.
I've got some dub here. Something in your head as well, but let's see what this is.
Oh, nice.
Turn this up a little bit.
There we go. Yes, I. That's nice.
Yeah. Hippie FarI Reggae Radio.
Yes, I.
One love.
This is Seedfromatree.
that something that you have a like? Is that made, or did you just do that on the fly?
I've got multiple stems set up.
You've got to get what you just did to me. I would love to use that for like intro music, if that's possible. Totally.
Well, I can make you a dub. So what I have, this is what it is. Check it out. I'm gonna hit play with everything with no effects. See what I've got is 3 different sends. That's basically what like a basic dub template is. You've got some sends. You've got different faders for, your tracks. So I've got here. I'll start it with one. We'll do a quick. I'll show you what it is.
Beautiful.
So there's this drum track.
Yep.
Can you see that too, kind of? And then you got bass.
There we go.
And I've
Nice.
got templates up where I do loops and stuff, and then you can go in and do an arrangement however you want, or you could just have loops. It's kind of like Ableton.
Sure.
But then and then you've got piano.
The hats.
It's all here at once, and then you got the skank, and you can pull it out, and then you got your effect.
Slowly bring it back in. Yeah, that's nice.
It'd be cool to get some more rolls. I want to get more rolls set up too, so I can have that bop and all that stuff. But all this in here, it's just like arranging your samples, getting everything ready, and then dubbing it.
Yeah, I am absolutely in love with that one, man.
It's called Space Creation. This one's Something in Your Head. You recognize this song? I don't think you ever played this one with us before. I'll sing a little bit for you. Something in your head, something in your head, ooh. Something in your head, did they plant that in your head? Ooh, yeah. Something in your head, you better look inside your heart. Something in your head, then you would know where to start. If you realize your mind and your heart, put them together and you know. Never wanted to be no pretender. No wallflower, no civic weekender. Living the life we love, no lie, will never surrender. Only to dream about our return to center. So they can't tell me what to do. We got the own way and we know the rights and truth. So last year I come to lead up the truth. Put a look inside your soul and you would know who is who. And things like that.
The bass line is wicked.
Something like that,
That's nice, man. That's a live dub. That's phenomenal, brother.
Yeah, man, it'd be fun to collaborate too. We got friends like Jay Highgrade plays with us sometimes. Thanks. You know, have him come in and he wants to play some melodica. Yeah, check him out online too. He's got he's on Spotify now. He put some stuff out officially. High, all caps, high grade. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'd love to come over and slap some drums to that, man. That's incredible.
I'm in. Oh, that reminds me, man. Let me open up the this project right here. I think it's already open. Yeah, shut this down. Look, this I think I got you right here, bro. You playing it?
Yeah. No, I'm just playing some background music. I'm playing
Yeah, good.
I love it. High Grade Live. That was the one that we were on One Love Fam Jams.
Do you recognize this though?
Here we go.
Yeah, get it. Do you recognize this drummer here?
There we go.
Do you recognize this other drummer here?
That's awesome.
There's a little Scotty.
Yep.
There's Wyatt.
Yes.
There's Bo. That's my people right there. And then that's me right there. That's us.
Love that song.
Sick too. We got us all mixed together. And I could just be like this.
Riding this storm. We know where we're going, we know where it comes from. Good vibe.
Can't stop judging from rising like the sun. Riding the pond. We know where we going, we know where we come from. Yeah, big up One Love Fan Jams, Dana. You know, for recording this one.
Yeah, Dana Tucci does a great job.
Serious, sir. Can't wait to see what he does next, man. Like a lot of artists they've recorded too. Local, good force of love and people and community. About connecting. It's all about connecting. We want to connect. That's why we're here. We want to connect with music, you know, all that.
And your mic has the, forgot what it's called. The reverb on it, I think.
I'm in dark mode.
There you go.
Okay, that's better. That's better, right?
Nice, yeah, man.
Okay. Check 1, 2. Yeah. It sounds cool though, kind of when you just tear it up like you're singing. It's different.
And you can bring it back in. Yeah, it's mixing stems on the fly. It's so awesome.
I want to do some live stuff with it.
Yes.
It's fun, you know. And play guitar, play some guitar, whatever, melodica. It's just a nice vibe. People can kick back or dance, all that stuff, whichever you feel.
Yeah, live dubbing is dope, man. I'm definitely having you on my show, Word Sound Power, Conscious Reggae Radio on WTHC to do some live dub sessions, man. 100%.
Give thanks, bro. This is cool. I like this format a lot. This is brand new to me, and I'm very thankful to connect with you and with everybody else.
Oh, of course, man. Yeah, that's fun.
Very cool
I think it's amazing to be able to have this. You know, it's not just a conversation. You know, this is reasoning. You know, this is through music, through conversation. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But
yes.
yeah, that's but that what I had mentioned, the track that you played before, Good
Yeah.
Vibes. I don't know. I gotta have a copy of that to be able to play on my show, man. That's yeah. To do intro and outro, yeah, that's really good stuff.
I got promo copies, so yeah, we'll share for sure.
Thank you
I'll
so
send it
much,
over.
man. I definitely appreciate that. So, I mean, we just heard it, but if you could kind of explain to us what's unfolding for Seed from a Tree right now, musically, spiritually, where can people find you? But kind of just tell us where you're at now in your head. Where do you want to be going? I know you're making a lot of music with a lot of different people. You got a lot of projects going on. Is it all Seed from a Tree, or are you working on different projects, or are you still maintaining just everything is Seed from a Tree?
I just keep the name Seed from a Tree so you can, find me pretty easily.
Yep.
and I'm expanding a little bit of different, the styles might come out different, but sometimes it's all whatever it is. So, I don't really box into any particular, but I find a good rapport with everybody that I've worked with. A lot of people are happy and people like it, so that's good, and I like it. So that's my rule: is I gotta like it first, and then if other people like it, then we're good.
Yeah, I share your music with a lot of people, especially like Pat Monahan, who has the radio show on the West Coast. And when I produced with Seedfromatree, he was like, he kept calling it Seed in a Tree, but it was awesome. But he played it on the radio. He was like, man, that's incredible. He's like, it's so tight. And I was like, yeah, Seedfromatree is by far one of the, because I play percussion with a lot of people, one of the best bands I've ever played with. You're one of the, remember when we played at the One Love Fan Jams party? We had never played before, and it was just in the pocket. But you're extremely tight. You're extremely intricate.
Crucial to have.
You definitely got it down. You definitely got it down. Yeah, your rhythm is completely on point, and that's important when you're playing reggae and you're throwing that skank in there. You want to make
it's a feel.
Sound good.
Yeah,
definitely, man. Yeah, but you completely nail it. So, I love your insight. Now, if someone is kind of feeling uncentered or overwhelmed, what's one piece of wisdom that you would offer them? Because you have a lot of stuff going on, and I know you might get overwhelmed, but you seem to be able to handle it properly. So,
just focus. They all say, focus on your breath. Just look at your breath and think first, and how are you breathing? Breathe out completely. And then allow a relaxed, controlled in-breath,
All right, and keep it steady.
And then hold it for another second, and then, because that literally changes the speed of your mind, like the speed of your breath. Because it works the other way around. What happens is we lose consciousness of our breath, and then our mind starts to do whatever it does.
Right.
The breath follows. And we lose track, and then our body follows the breath. So it's like if we bring our attention back to our breath and consciously breathe,
right, it
can turn the whole thought process right around. Because we're also turning our attention, first of all, to healing. And again, that's going to that healing place, to the center, coming from the place of truth and genuine, being with what actually is, being with what is.
Right.
I would say it's a philosophy I've taken on and I've found it's true for me. It's like being with what is, breathing through it, and what comes out is gonna be natural. It's not forced. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to prove anything. It doesn't have to earn its existence. It just is.
It's already,
and you are.
Right. Yes.
So when getting in line with the basics, the simple things, the breathing. Did you eat food? Right. Getting enough sleep. A lot of times for me, it's I gotta eat something.
Right, man, 100%. That can be, and it's just staying steady. It's maintaining that steadiness. So, what does that look like for you in this next chapter? Staying steady. You know what I mean? Is that
consistently, man, connecting. Whenever people wanna, I'm looking to reach out to a lot of folks and connect, not to any strange people, but just I'll be hollering at all y'all, and we'll be getting together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, we have, technology, so we're using some technology to create more love and connection in the world, and we'll do it without the technology too, but we're going to do it.
So what's the name of your podcast that's coming out?
Okay, it's going to be called Frequent Seed Podcast.
That's awesome, because I have the reggae frequency Fridays, so I mean that's kind of cool.
That was cool.
And there you go, man. We're on the same frequency.
Yeah, man.
Frequent Seed, I really like that, man. Great play on words.
It'll be great. I actually got the idea from my friend Scott Nichols. I want to have him on as well.
Nice.
He's done a lot of work with me. He's produced some things with me. He's mastered some things and mixed some things for me. And he plays bass. He played bass in my first reggae band, Ainati Roots. He came up with that name too, and
that's great. Is it going to be a weekly podcast, or pretty much?
Come to think of it. Yep, Thursdays at 8 p.m. starting soon. I'm not sure if next week, but pretty darn soon. We got everything in line, so
that's cool, man. I got a couple of. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I'm saying I'm leaving the format kind of open to where it will be anything from me talking about something specifically and going in depth on a subject and then sharing some music. Hopefully have a lot of guests too as well, and kind of incorporate them into the discussion. I'm going to bring up kind of a more like, we're going to make the hidden more, we're going to reveal the hidden knowledge more. Sure. And we're going to try to connect all the dots as far as the universe, existence, and music and life.
I'd love to come on, man. That'd be great.
You know? Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, and have you in the studio sometimes as well. I want to also be on site. I'm going to be just casting some things and possibly making clips and just adding content to the whole idea. Because I was going to do it. I wanted to get more into it myself. But then when I talked to the hippie and you as well, and he's like, well, I have a network, and he's got a pretty cool platform where it's set up. I'm going to go through that platform because we can reach a lot of people that way. Certainly. And then it'll go right back to my YouTube channel as well, and on the social medias and all that. So it's just great, because I love when we get to the show and we're all there and we're having a good time in real life. And I want to do that all over the world with so many people, you know, and I want to see the world be a better place and see the people of the world connecting, because we'll never stop working at that. Because, oppressors are working day and night. They never stop. So we don't stop. We're here for a reason and a season.
That's it. A reason and a season. I have a couple of pretty cool things in the pipeline I wanted to tell you about. It's a lot of fun, man. First of all, I think I might have told you about this the other day. Yeah, when you're looking for a new reggae song, anything, you can go to Reggaeville, you can go to Spotify. They have a release radar. Reggae release radars are everywhere. Well, right. I have searched far and low, high, wide, whatever, however you want to say it, for a reggae podcast release radar, and there is not one in existence. Well, through the help of my wife formulating a spreadsheet, I now have the first in existence reggae podcast release radar, and I'm releasing that every Thursday in the Reggae Festival Guides newsletter. So, but now I'm only featuring 10, but on their website in a couple of months is going to be the full reggae podcast release radar from every podcast that comes out each week. That refers to reggae music. You'll be able to go there, see what the name of the podcast is, see what it's about, see if you want to click on it and go to it. So I think the podcasters need to get a lot of love. And I'm also doing Razor Wire Radio on Wednesday nights from, I believe, 8 to 10 p.m. on WTHC. It's going to be a hardcore, conscious punk rock show, man. I'm very excited about it because I love punk. I have a really big affinity towards the street punk, especially the,
my first band was
punk
punk.
Message. I love it, man. I love it. Like the Minor Threat style, the very like animal rights, liberation style punk rock music. I'm going to be playing a lot of that, so I'm excited about that. Razor Wire Radio. It's great, man.
That's dope. I want to get on there too, man.
Oh, certainly.
I'm going to watch at least. I'm excited.
Oh, it's going to be fun, man. Yeah, I'm going to play some pretty interesting stuff. It's not like the Ramones style punk, but it's step punk with message.
Hardcore punk.
Hardcore punk.
Gutter
exactly
punk.
Right. Yes, gutter punk, cross punk. Yep.
That was my stuff, dude. Our band was called the Bag of Bums.
I love it. I absolutely.
I want to connect with some of my old friends too, man. I got to get Frank on, and if I can find other people too. Our friend Chris, he's still promoting for punk bands, dude. Chris Lawrence.
Oh, cool, north. Man. You definitely need to get me in contact with him.
Yeah, definitely. I will.
That would be fantastic. So before we wrap up, where can the family find your music and support what you're building, brother?
Well, my mainstay is Seedfromatree.com. It's all one word, as you see on the screen right here.
Yep.
Seedfromatree.com. And all my links to my socials are there. I will be getting on there and make sure everything's updated and have a little something about what's coming up next up top. But if you go there now, you can find merch. You can find links to all my socials. You can contact me. You can find my phone number even on there. A lot of people don't know. So if you want to hit me up, hit me up. Let me know what's up. I look forward to it. If you don't hear from me one way, try to hit me up whatever other way is easiest for you, man. But I'll be watching.
It's fantastic, man. Hell yeah,
No.
thank you. That live dub session was absolutely out of control.
Appreciate you
That's
having me.
cool. And I'm going to be bugging the hell out of you for that track until I get it so I can throw it down, man. So thank you so much, Justin. 100%, man.
Yeah, man.
Awesome,
Much love.
brother. And let me
Thank
say one thing. There is strength in unity. Build your community. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on TikTok. Shoot me an email, info@hippieFarI.com, and check out our new website, www.hippieFarI.com. And like I said, check us out on WTHC Radio every Friday night from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Podcast, radio show, all conscious roots reggae. It's a beautiful thing. And this is Scotty the High-Strung Hippie and Kira the Irie Empress with our friend Seed, reminding you to speak your mind before somebody else does it for you. And do something nice for somebody today. Grab flowers for your partner, smoke out a stranger, slip the homeless man a buck. But whatever you do, do it from the heart. All good things start with the heart. Peace, love, and Rasta rhythms are all a part of that reggae revolution. One love, fam. Ja, Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Good vibes.
Feeling that. Hell